An investigation has been launched into an alleged plot to carry out major financial fraud at Sri Lanka Cricket. Deshan Gonavela joins us opposite the SLC.
Thank you, Dasuni. I am here in front of the Sri Lanka Cricket headquarters in Colombo, where earlier today it was revealed that a large-scale financial misappropriation was on the cards. The SLC has already, as you can see behind me, the SLC has already released a statement with regard to what they say went on here about how a sum of about $5.5 million was supposed to be transferred to a personal account coming from a sponsorship. The minister has also stated that the FCID has already been advised to look into this, but questions remain whether any important influential figures were behind this potential scam. Let's take a look at this story in more detail.
Issuing a media release this afternoon, Sri Lanka Cricket announced that SLC was able to successfully avoid a fraudulent attempt to transfer $5.5 million of SLC's media rights sponsorship funds, which was due from an international media network to an offshore account. The media network had queried SLC CEO Ashley De Silva regarding the attempt, and a subsequent inquiry had divulged the fraudulent act, quote-unquote, before it was executed through bogus means. SLC states that immediately upon finding of the attempted fraud, Sri Lanka's cricket CEO Ashley De Silva lodged a complaint to the Financial Crimes Investigation Division this afternoon to probe the attempted fraud. According to sources at SLC, instructions to transfer the funds to a private account in Hong Kong had been issued via email. Notably, SLC had not seen fit to divulge the identities of the perpetrator or perpetrators of the plot in this media release. The media release also notes that steps will be taken to carry out an audit of transactions at SLC over the past year. When Newsfirst made inquiries from the Inspector General of Police at 5:30 p.m. today regarding the complaint lodged with the FCID, he noted that he had not been informed of such a complaint. Incidentally, even Sports Minister Faisal Mustafa was unable to confirm whether the complaint had been lodged with the Financial Crimes Investigation Division or the Criminal Investigations Department.
Let's take a brief summary of what has happened today. Sri Lanka Cricket finds out that someone is trying to steal money from them. They stop them from stealing the money, and then they file a complaint and nothing is happening. Imagine the same scenario being played out in a different location. Imagine you're on a public transport, like a bus. Imagine you're on a bus. Someone tries to steal your wallet. They take your wallet. The people in the bus get together and catch this guy. What happens? Just because you get the wallet back from the person who stole it from you, does that mean that the person who stole the wallet goes away free? So in this case, it has been a couple of days since this event transpired. So what action has been taken? Remember, we are not talking about a couple of thousand rupees. We are talking about $5.5 million, 880 million Sri Lankan rupees that was coming in to Sri Lanka Cricket. This is a considerable sum of money. Imagine that this money was diverted into a separate account for a single day. Imagine the interest that these people could rake in just by transferring the funds and holding it for a single day. So this is a serious issue, and we are concerned because no action has been taken as yet. Now, according to the press release issued by Sri Lanka Cricket, as soon as Sri Lanka Cricket got to know of this, Sri Lanka Cricket CEO Ashley De Silva filed a complaint with the FCID based on the instructions issued by the Minister of Sports, Minister Faisal Mustafa. Let's take a look at the FCID. Now, the FCID is a project that was launched by this current administration when they came into power back in 2015 with the aim of cracking down on fraud and corruption. There were several layers built in before the FCID to conduct an investigation. One was the National Executive Committee that looked into fraud, then diverted those cases to the National Anti-Corruption Committee Secretariat, which was set up to compile the documentation that is required to actually investigate these alleged frauds, and this Anti-Corruption Secretariat passed on these files to the FCID so that they can do their work. Now, the Anti-Corruption Committee Secretariat is no longer there. So that means there is no way for the FCID to get new cases. So that means the FCID goes directly under the purview of the Inspector General of Police, or the IGP. So we called the IGP today at around 5:30 and we asked him hey, look here, there is something like this. The Sri Lanka Cricket is saying that they have filed a complaint with the FCID. Are you aware of something like this? He said, well, the FCID has not informed me as of now. This was at 5:30 this evening. So the question is there someone attempting to hide this under the carpet or push this under the carpet and let it die a natural death? We are pretty sure that subject minister, Minister Faisal Mustafa, who is a learned President's Counsel, is aware of how the FCID functions. We are pretty sure that he has a lot on his plate because he has another ministry to take care of. We know how he acted when he brought in the 19th Amendment to the Constitution and took away powers from the President and slowly vested them with the Prime Minister. We know the amount of trouble that he had trying to bring the local government election to fruition, and we know the trouble that he is having trying to get the provincial council election off the ground. So the question once again that arises is there someone trying to bury this investigation? Because this is a considerable amount of money, as I mentioned earlier, $5.5 million, 880 million Sri Lankan rupees. Now we know that when such large figures are involved, there can't be just one person involved in a scam like this. There are possibly a number of people who are behind this and who are involved in underhanded dealings in order to push something of this nature through. So if that is the case, is this why the investigations into this are taking such a lethargic state? Is this why investigations are moving at a snail's pace? Based on what we have reviewed so far, you may understand the FCID may not be the proper institution to handle such a case. So why did the minister in charge instruct the CEO of Sri Lanka Cricket to go before the FCID? He could have simply asked them to go before the CID or to go to the Inspector General of Police himself. The CID, in the recent past, has done a great amount of work and has done some good work, especially when it came to the Presidential Commission on the bond scams. Maybe they are concerned that the CID might continue their good work and bring all the underhanded dealings that are hidden away inside Sri Lanka Cricket to the front or to the spotlight. Maybe this is why they took the decision to slowly give it to the police FCID instead of giving it to the police criminal investigations department or the CID. We believe that this is only the tip of the iceberg and that there is much more that could be unearthed if a proper forensic audit is done on Sri Lanka Cricket and if a proper investigation is done by the CID. Now, we all know that cricket is a great uniting force in the country. There are a lot of people who worked hard to bring cricket to where it is today in this country. Cricket was developed in this country to this level not to allow people to make it a platform for them to steal. So, Newsfirst, of course, will be keeping a close watch on the investigations that may or may not occur and what will happen about this fraud that has been revealed. Meanwhile, in an exclusive interview with Newsfirst in December last year, Auditor General Gamini Vijay Singha expressed these views on such transactions. Now, the issue that we are talking about is $5.5 million or 880 million Sri Lankan rupees attempted to be taken away from Sri Lanka Cricket into a private offshore account. Let's listen to what the Auditor General had to say in December.
Sri Lanka Cricket ආයතනය කැඳවීමක් කළාද කෝප් කමිටුව හමුවට?
කැඳවුවා.
මොකක්ද පදනම් වෙච්ච කාරණා?
මේ අවභාවිතය
Misappropriation and the collapse of fiscal discipline is rampant everywhere. This institution too has functioned continuously outside the purview of the Auditor General. However, we compile the reports and submit it to COPE as a result of the summons.
we have been able to identify several financial shortcomings. However, the problem is that these institutions are stubborn. Decisions that are necessary for financial security are not being taken, and an effort is underway to continue to operate the institution as in the present. It is a major problem.
දැන් මේ ක්‍රිකට් ආයතනයේ සභාපතිවරයා කෝප් කමිටුව හමුවට ආපු වෙලාවෙ ටිකක් උරණුණා කියලා මාධ්‍යයට දැනගන්න ලැබුණා. එහෙම වෙන්න තරම් මොකක්ද හෙළි වෙලා තියෙන කරුණු?
The Auditor General has a responsibility to highlight problems in the present and also highlight losses that could be incurred in the future. This was the problem. We conducted inquiries and submitted a report on the incidents that could occur in the future. There were problems regarding this, but I believe that this is being rectified now.
ඔබට පුළුවන් ද රටට කියන්න ජනතාවට දැනගන්න මොකද ක්‍රිකට් කඩාවැටීමත් එක්ක ක්‍රිකට් ආයතනයේ දෙස මුළු රටම බලාගෙන ඉන්නවා. මොකක්ද වෙන්න කිය අඩතුර?
The reason for this is that we saw that SLC had established a separate company. This was not accounted for and there was no knowledge of it. However, a large sum of international transfers had been made to this account. We submitted to COPE that such transactions had taken place. These are now being investigated and inquiries are being made.
ඒ ගිණුම් කාගේ නමින් පවත්වගෙන කියවද?
A separate association was established and it was the officials of the cricket board who had been named as trustees of this association.
සභාපතිතුමා ඇතුළු නිලධාරීන් මේ සමාගමේ ඉන්නවා.
එහෙම තමයි සමාගමේ රෙජිස්ට්‍රේෂන් තිබුණේ.
ඒ නිසාද සභාපතිවරයාට ටිකක් තරහ ගියේ.
ඒවත් හේතුවක් වෙන්නද?